powerful. And Jay, as we get onto this pitch here, I am expecting Coconutters to be powerful. You guys are all saying it's a hot take. I really don't believe it. It's just I believe in this team that much.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree on that particular respect, but will it be Papega for VisionGaming, or will the Coconutters crack here in the lower bracket? We're about to find out as we get into game one of our best of 5 Coconutters in the grey half, and VisionGaming over in red as we get things kicked off in the offensive for the Coconutters, already trying to put some of that prowess to effect. Trying to get the early goals in against them here, and it is challenged pretty effectively by the Coconutters camp. Turned over, shot close. Sapix can take that away alongside Stocky into that corner and bounce outside of the box. Is going to be taken away with a defensive. Good roll up towards the post, but not on angle, not on target here.
Well, that is some really weird pressure coming on out from VisionGaming. You would expect them to be able to turn it around, but no, they're just getting a little bit, tripped up over each other. Stocky as well pulling out the Mercs there. You haven't seen him in that often, but then again, if we think back over his career, Dre, he does pull out every single car. I remember all the way back in the Gfinity days in 2016, him rocking the Gizmo, and that was before the standardization of hitboxes. That car was terrible back then.
Well, interesting car, standardized, whatever you want to talk about it. I think, personally, I'm thinking it's all minimal changes for me, so I don't really know whether or not it will affect them too massively here. It's certainly not affecting massive in the scoreline potential, especially with the shots coming out saved in by Zedo. Despite that backline being cleared, good adjustment there from the Coconutters side. Sapix and Kara getting involved in the offensive. Ball bounced off the backboard. Chance for Stocky to score against it. It will be cleared. Followed up again by Sapix. Classic. Up and up here against Kara. That bounce to the sideboard, and Zedo contention into the corner. Kara will try and follow suit off that backboard. For now, it's just careful, considered control at the moment here for this camp. And no goals scored here with approaching the halftime marker. Very, very feely out game here to start things off.
Yeah, and I will say, though, Jay, that the slower gameplay does, and that's already Caster's curse before I can get the statement out. That hurts. My soul.
The pre-Caster's curse. Or Caster's pre-curse, however you want to call it.
I was going to say, this slow game should really give, VisionGaming a much better chance, because Coconuts are an incredibly fast-paced team. We've seen it many times before, and it should really close the gap between the two, but hey-oh, VisionGaming were just not ready in defense for that.
Leaves it to the opening goal here for the Coconut side, eventually finding their way into this one. And around shot in from Texo, turned away at the cross and at the post in this one. Stocky didn't even need to get the defensive line. Crossing from Classic, turned away by Kara off the ceiling now. Stocky up, Zedo back down in the Sapix position. He holds that ball into the corner now. Classic beaten by Sapix, back into the box. Texo taken up, Classic trying to feed it away. Kara into that corner as Stocky comes up once again, trying to get the offensive drummed up here for the backboard. He'll go. And Classic booms it back on. Zedo in position. Texo with control. Almost tried to force the own goal out from his opponents, but turned away and pushed into the corner. A minute and 45 was still nothing scored by VisionGaming, but the pressure is starting to mount.
Is indeed. Texo just really digging in deep, not giving his opponents a moment to breathe there. And again, Classic doing it as well. Pressure is at an all-time high. Texo jumping over two randos. Just, I don't get what is going on with the Papegas here in their current playstyle. Just trying to jump at the ball to break this onslaught. Realistically, they need to try and slow it down, form a line in defense, and try and pass their way on out instead of just going for booming clears, which they're not even connecting with.
A minute to the clock. Kara beaten out by Zedo, and Sapix puts that one close again. Kara may be in with a decent chance here. Ball off the midfield. Classic booms close to the post, but not on target itself. It's Sapix there to defend against it. Kara up against Texo. Good challenge from him. Stocky turns it over towards the midfield line as Sapix shoots back on target, trying to score against his former team. Stocky beaten out by Classic, still returns to a relatively open net. Second touch could send it in. It goes way too high and eventually cleared out wide into the corner. Kara challenged Zedo in, crosses to Classic. That's a second goal.
And a really well-worked one. You see them taking it towards the corner, 50-50 coming in from Zedo, and then what feels like an easy push right out to mid. Again, the two lads getting caught in the corner. One going for boost, the second just trying to get onto that ball and just missing. Painful stuff to see from the Papagas. They've got to start turning it around in game 2. Use these final 20 seconds just to push at your opponent. It looks more like they're going to have to work on their defense.
2-0, 15 seconds. Texo sends us over to the box, a bit high off the backboard. Classic can still recover it, and that will be a 3-0 for the Coconut side. 10 seconds to go in this one means that VisionGaming will get shut out of this opening game. Lose the first of the board, and I have to say, a very confident stance in from the Coconutters as well. Definitely living up to the expectations that we set for them, Bake.
Yeah, it's one of those cases where I'm about to say, I hate to say I told you so, Jay, because I really do hate it. No one wants a one-sided match, but it's got to be said in this game 1 anyway, it feels very much like the Coconuts were in control. Yes, the first half, it was relatively simplistic style from them.
Well, simplistic will get the job done. And game 1 going the way of the Coconutters side, and if they continue with this one, they may be on for another simple series here in the finals. Already Zedo trying to receive this ball and block it off in the kickoff. Opportunity to present this off here for the VisionGaming camp. Kara off that corner, backboard play. Just outside the box, Classic and Texo will contest, and Safix puts that off to the corner instead. Zedo up once again off that sideboard. Stocky will try and challenge it. That ball is dangerous. Safix tees it off against one more, follows it Sue right on target. Is that going in? Yes, it's going in. It's Safix will be out the opening goal here, get the first of the board of VisionGaming.
Again, I don't know what was going on with Coconuts here. You look at both lads on each side, no one covering between the ball and net, which, Jay, Rocket League 101, you know to always have a lad, generally the third man back, being able to cover that line to make the save if need be at any given moment. But that does show Coconuts are not immortal. They do bleed. You've just got to take those opportunities. And quick counters coming out from the Papagas could see the way through. They've just got to be careful not to maybe overextend.
Classic and Texo getting involved here to the corner. Stocky wrapping up, challenged by Zedo. Demo in as Classic was off to the backboard. Texo's also in position to try and follow suit on the left-hand side, but Safix again with stealing control, sending it up towards Stocky. Takes that one high. Kara beaten out by Classic. Safix got to get back as Classic continues. Double tap, a bit too close to the wall. Follow up from Zedo, just gets pushed away by Safix. And he has come alive in this second game. A save and a goal with some very good turnarounds. Very good counters here from the VisionGaming side.
Yeah, the only problem is in this corner, no one's there to pick it on up, so Texo has got just a free clearance and great connection there over towards Zedo to just work that ball out of defense, get it deep downfield. Almost risky there, taking it across net, but again, the link-ups now coming out from Coconuts are getting a lot crisper.
Ball sent downfield onto, well, close to the Coconuts net. Texo finds his way out, 100 points of boost. They get sent over towards Zedo next up to face here with great ball control, but Safix with a quick save. Classic will send it into the corner. Kara will find his way back out. Texo up, Stocky just going to try and bump him out of the way, deny any of that ball's control. Now Zedo here with so much boost, beats out Kara for one, and Stocky for the second. Safix still that solid rock in the back line though. He has not missed any of these opportunities that he's been given to score or to save, especially in the save department. And now finds it at the midfield to try and carry this ball forward for an attacking phase. At the halftime marker, it's still a goal for his team. Texo trying to change that. He couldn't get the final touch in, but got it very close to the net line.
Yeah, Texo just wanting a little bit too much there, and you can't blame him. The equalizer almost feels like it's looming. Coconuts, be careful, don't overextend on this. Don't get too desperate. You can see with all this pressure, they are really making the lads turtle up in defense. You just saw all three near enough sitting in net.
Ball up from Stocky and Kara following back into the net of the Greyheart this time. Coconut is trying to return fire, trying to get something back for this side. Stocky off sideboard, Zedo turns it in, Kara goes up for the shot, Classic will be able to defend, Stocky puts it out towards a teammate, and Zedo will be challenged by Suffix in this one. Into the corner, cleared away by Texo, follows suit, back in from Zedo to Texo one more time as they try and combine, but turned away by Stocky at the very last line. 1:20, and still a single goal right now for the VisionGaming side. Coconutters will need to find a new breath of life, it seems, because they're being countered at every single turn here.
Oh, and that's just been kept out on the line stuff. And VisionGaming are playing a much more defensive game. That was a very nice opportunist open for them, but it wasn't finished off. That third man staying very deep within his own half because they are already ahead. They're not looking to extend it, just make sure they keep the lead. And that's why you're not seeing the lads really charge up on these so swiftly. Carrot is so far back there, and you can already see the second man, that is Safix, turn into net. They are bunkering on down.
Ball off the backboard, 30 seconds, Texo, 18 points of boost, needs his teammates to come in. Kara will boom that back downfield, and Classic gets it off that corner, demo in against Kara. Stocky moves up, backboard play again, turned off to the left-hand side inside that corner once again. Classic off, Zedo beaten, ball off the backboard, and from that corner turned away. 10 seconds left as Classic moves in, Stocky will try and follow out. 7 seconds left of the clock here. There's a stall for time. Get one more goal back in. It's pinched off the crossbar, so maybe a breath of life again for Classic and Co. Kara's going to try to get it to the floor, but Zedo still chases it, keeps it alive, but only for a second's respite. VisionGaming are going to equalize the series 1-1.
They've got to look to just find lines between each other. They were starting to really pick up on those passing plays, but where they were playing with so much width between each other, it gives more time for VisionGaming to be able to react and get into place. You look at them in the second half where they were just hanging on to that 1-goal lead, working the defense very well. You go, Coconuts, why are you not demoing? Why are you not breaking those rotations? And it's just coming down to Coconuts not really looking to make those adjustments to counter their opponents. They're just sticking to what they already know.
Sideboard, Sapix and Stocky trying to control into the offensive line here in the first minute of this game, but after the first 40 seconds I don't see any sort of goals out. Stocky will try to set one up though, and it's going to go off to that backboard where they've been able to defend so far here on the Coconut side. I say that, and the ball gets closer and closer to that net. Shoved out, boom, back on target, and no one is there to receive it. Rotations way too late in VisionGaming as they force it into the offensive, and the Coconut is going to punish them in a very similar fashion to the way that Vision punished them in game 2.
I feel bad to shout out, but there was a double mistake there. Carrot, his excuse, he was just keeping up that pressure as VisionGaming wanted, but Suffix went off for that right-hand boost instead of rotating back on in, going for net. And then, of course, you've got Stocky, who is diving on deep for that.
Oh! How did he pinch it off the post and still get it out? Like, that could have bounced back if he wasn't careful. Unfortunately, it's turned away, so no 2-0 for the Coconutters here.
No, all scary times. Don't know what is going on. VisionGaming, after looking so rock solid, again, everything was based upon their rotations and being in sync with each other in that game 2. Come around game 3, and they are all floppy. Nothing really looking just so concrete.
3 minutes to the clock, and find something a bit more confident from this situation, obviously. Still only a single goal differential, so it can be turned around. It's very easy to recover from this position if you just can find that confidence, can find that line. Texo sends to Classic, denied by Stocky in this one. Ball to the corner, Stocky sent over towards the box itself. Zedo beaten, Kara comes up, Classic there with defensive held as Texo over to the corner. Sapix will tee it off, try shove Texo out of the way and the control off, but it is just over towards that VisionGaming half for a temporary moment. In the Coconut side, they'll be able to pinch back over towards the corner. Unable to follow suit with the pressure though. They will try for it. That ball gets sent up for a chance for Texo. Oh, a bit too far wide and no follow-up second touch, so no goal again for the Grey Half.
Double committing defense. You can't blame them for pulling it on out. It's getting a little bit desperate over there for VisionGaming. If they can just get this line, you can see Zeto's taking a lot of time putting in that 50-50. You just need a lad to pounce on that, and I don't know where on earth that midfield control went. They'd stepped up, Jay, and then quickly ran back with their tails between their legs.
Trying to counter with a good attack instead. You don't need midfield for shots like this. Safix to Stocky, he just turns it above Zeto, underneath the crossbar and in the back of the net.
I love how that just came out of nowhere. Again, like I said before, being almost scared to approach, stepping on back, of course. Maybe that is just to drag Coconut is on in, a full sense of confidence for them, because VisionGaming absolutely sent it on the counter there.
Now they're going to try and follow it up. Safix set up by Stocky to attack. It is blocked off by one of the Coconut side. Zeto sending this one to the center. Stocky's going to have to beat out Texo, but Texo gets there first. And two players coming into that ball. Stocky's got a perfect chance to redirect it, but he sends it way too far wide. Why? Perfect there for VisionGaming, and he's just denied. Now they're back on the defensive as Texo and Classic play off each other, bounce out the backboard and the corner board, and they are clear back into their own half, back on the defensive, squared even at the 60-second marker. 1-1, this next goal could break it, or we might have another overtime.
Might indeed, but you can see VisionGaming trying to stop that on the opposite end of the pitch. Coconut is just one after the other, meeting this ball brilliantly to be able to keep it away. Interesting little pop from Classic. He wanted to run up the wall on that, but of course denied by that bump. But what a boot, and that is instantly given so much ground on over towards the Coconutters. VisionGaming, you've got to be careful on these counters.
Are still turning up a couple of good goals in this one. Stocky demos out Classic, but Zeto still gets this ball off to the corner. Caro's got to block that, take the momentum away. Classic follows up the backboard. Safix's going to get there with Stocky that also committed to that one. Texo sends this inside the box. This could be dangerous if Stocky can't defend this, but just gets the touch in, and that sends the ball way too far wide off to that corner. Cara beaten by Texo. Classic going to try find an angle, set up Zeto, who takes it close again. Cara's got to win this challenge. Ball still on. Classic's there, but it's teed away by the defensive, and overtime is on the table for game 3 of this series.
Scary, scary moment. This should turn the tides in either team's favor. I mean, when we look at that winners final, Jay, as soon as Edelweiss went into that 4th match, they had already done it. 2-1 up on that match point. They were ready to go on through to the grand finals, and there's that. Just created the upset. Cara being given so much free space here. That was an easy pass in and an easy shot. Stocky shouting that he's absolutely zooming to net, and are they possibly zooming through to
different set of circumstances in play in that respect, and I don't know whether the transfer season will be as interesting, whether this team will split for the moment. Right now, we've got to focus on game number 4 before we get to any of that particular point in the postseason. Right now, 2-1 up for VisionGaming in this best-of-5. They win this game, they move on to the lower bracket qualifying match. Will be Safix in with the first shot of the game. Not going to be allowed a second opportunity. They've cleared out that back line pretty effectively as the Coconut is trying to chase downfield. Texo with a dribble up in against Safix. Safix will challenge him and deny. So with an awkward touch, sends that one wide. Cara dead over towards the corner. Classic beating Texo off the backboard. Going to try and contest this one. Cara with a also retreat away into the midfield as Stocky sends that one wide, but not on target here. A couple of attacks are coming good up here for the VisionGaming side.
Am I allowed to change my prediction, Jay? I've got to ask that beforehand, because I've just realized something. Cara is destined to be off of this VisionGaming squad next season. The last time he was already predetermined to be off the squad, it was with Sir, and Sir went through to the finals. Is this a pattern? Is this some weird strat? You bring Cara onto your team to then throw him halfway through the season to guarantee the grand final spot? I think I need to take this tinfoil hat off, sorry.
yeah, you go ahead and do that. Definitely a player that's had some good runs in grand finals. In Season 3, he did the lower bracket gauntlet from the online playoff straight to the offline land of the grand finals, so wouldn't be his first appearance. Right now, though, he is just trying to focus on this particular game, and he's not been a particularly prevalent player as well for the VisionGaming side. Again, it's mostly in Stocky and Safix that are doing most of the heavy lifting. He's a background glue character as opposed to anybody else.
He's the anchor at the side, yeah. He's the one that's overlooked, and he does so much great work. And
no way! Are you serious? Stocky! No! Oh, why?
I'm speechless. Why did that happen? Stocky! Looking sus as heck right now. Where on earth does that come from? He's got to redeem himself, otherwise the lads are going to be kicking themselves.
They've got this game and this series in the palm of their hands. The fact that they just threw that one down the toilet may well be a sign of things to come. You talk about the Coconut side breaking down, and here they have the potential of VisionGaming doing the same instead. Shot in from Safix, that's rolling in the back of the net. That's how you recover. That is how you get things back under control.
Don't worry, bruv, I've got you, said Safix, who goes and gets it back to even Stevens, 1 apiece. That little slip up never happened. Put it behind you, because now we've got 2 minutes 30 to see if the lads from VisionGaming can really keep this ahead. Kara with what a great touch. Safix instantly onto it, and Safix has been otherworldly in this series.
He has been my MVP pick, and will continue to be if he keeps this performance up. Right now, pushed back into the back line, and Zedo takes this off to the corner. Stocky in control. Texo with contest. Now this corner continuing to push further forward. Classic comes up with a dunk down chance. Safix will take this off the sideboard. Kara follows it through. Zedo sends that one very wide over towards what would have been Classic's position if he pushed forward on that right-hand side of the field. Back in towards Zedo next. He can't get a touch on that ball. Kara intercepts it anyway. Classic follows suit. Safix beaten. Kara still got that midfield control, however, for the VisionGaming side here. He'll contest the clears coming in from Coconutters and allow Stocky the chance to redeem himself. 2-1 up on the board. VisionGaming, they're in the lead.
It's happening. What an upset this could be, but it is only 1 goal. I can see the VisionGaming chance and copy Pasta in Twitch chat. They believe, but I think we need another from VisionGaming to just feel a little bit safer. You can see Coconuts are absolutely hunted, but Texo is just getting dragged away. He's been given the time. I don't know what is going on with Coconuts right here and now, but they just cannot link up properly with one another. Again, simple pass to center from Texo, but no one found error 404 for the finish.
Still a single goal to finish up and get things back under their control. A minute to score it. Zedo up inside that corner. The backboard comes in. Classic tries to pop it inside the box and inside the net, but no cigar. Safix challenged by Texo, and a good pitch out from Stocky Machine may allow a chance as Zedo takes this one up. Kara will block it off and setting it to the side. Classic back in. Time still ticking away. And a clear from Safix will reset them back to square one. Block off from Texo to avoid that third goal going in, because at this stage that would be fatal. But Coconut is here in the bracket. Again, if they let this timer run to nothing without scoring a goal, then this will end up being a elimination. But finally, you talk about error 404. This time defensive not found. 2-2 to the board.
Yeah, double commit on the defense there, coming on out from VisionGaming, and it's been at the ultimate cost. No one left behind in defense. And you just think that is panic. That is just that last moment in a little bit too overconfident. What a shot that was, but what a save from Safix to get it away. Coconut is back in this one, and it looks like we're going to get another overtime here, Jay.
Oh, still got 5 seconds, and that shot did look a little bit spicy. Bit too far wide in the end. Texo on target. Kara blocks it off, and indeed OT is on the table, Bacon. And again, for VisionGaming, this next goal would secure themselves a spot in the qualifying match. And Safix down, they scored it in the early markers here. So with a chance to turn around of his own right, will send that ball back over to VisionGaming territory. Backboard play that also doesn't go quite on target. Classic controlling, but not for long. Stocky with support from Kara. Can deny this ball, put it back into the corner. Zedo off the backboard. Texo's too far forward to receive this. We'll try and keep the pressure up here for his teammates. But he needs extra support, and they'll slow the pace down for it here.
Remember as well, VisionGaming came on through. They finished 6th in league play, made it through in the playoffs, upsetting everyone to get this final spot. But can they upset once again? I know this is game 4, so even if Coconuts take this, we go to that game 5. But VisionGaming will want to end this out right now, Jay.
A minute in, no clear signs of a winner, but Zedo and Classic are starting to link up in the offensive half. The only reason it hasn't amounted to a goal, VisionGaming are preparing for them. Texo beaten out to the backboard. Safix to get that 100 boost to the midfield. Now try and challenge forward of his own right. Beaten 1 on the defensive. Needs support from his second. It's a good challenge. Just throw that ball off. Now Classic to receive Texo here at the midfield. Push it off towards that corner where Safix is going to try and contest it. Texo up to bounce that ball back out. Goes down low instead of outfield. So no centered up shot for Classic. He'll try and see if he can pass back towards Zedo or Texo. Zedo's going to control in, dribble up. Challenge on 1. No third player behind him. Texo lurked and waited, so couldn't react towards the pressure play in time. And what would have been otherwise a fantastic play is going to get wasted again.
Absolute stones on Classic there. To be able to take it towards that backboard, looking for the pass out, and that's just found Texo, but too high. Good defense to get that away, and maybe the counter of a lifetime. No, they'll have to search again.
Now continue hunting, continue searching, continue finding a new way into this one. Ball off that backboard, pinched out by another. And Classic trying to follow suit. Stocky out of the corner, dribbles right in front of the box. Texo takes it away. Still has enough boost down, tries if he can carry it right downfield here. Loses control of that ball after the first touch. So no real opportunity set up. He's got to rely on his teammates who are caught up in the midfield for the moment. Safix going to passively control this. Going to try and find Kara as well. He'll tee this ball up. Turned away again. Zedo backing up here with ball control. Kara beats him again. Challenging successful. Trying to set pressure. Stocky passes over to Kara, who's caught in rotation. Can't find the goal that he needs. He'll try and adjust for it. Safix up now to receive. Demo in, and they double commit to the defense. Keep it away for the moment. Gap opened up though, so Stocky can keep the pressure. They won't be able to score from it though.
The ideas coming on. VisionGaming, they're bigging themselves up with confidence. Zedo nearly bringing them crashing back down to earth, but once again, Safix is the one to hold the line, but he can't hold that. Classic is going to send us to game 5.
Stocky trying to defend this, but Texo kept the ball's path intact, and Classic, the perfect opening, the perfect way to score. Coconutters 2-2 now in this series
of the TCS eSports League.
And game 5 at that. All or nothing. Speaking of fires, the next 5 minutes will be all or nothing. Classic into Zedo, already did his kickoff, trying to get that offensive drummed up and get the early advantage that they need, and they'll play off of each other here towards the back lines in that midfield position. Safix beaten out by Classic. Zedo comes in off the backboard, chance available, missed out on 1. Safix continues to hold contest here. So boom back over by Classic into the corner play. Zedo and Kara challenging. Demo in from Stocky. Will be able to take one of those players out of the field, but the defensive holds his own as Texo starts getting involved in his own right, trying to clear out some players in the back line. The clear's still good. Safix can't quite find the shot. Zedo just cuts him off at the knees.
Yeah, big clear there from Zedo. He might get demoed for his efforts, but he was able to stop what should have been a surefire goal. VisionGaming, how much they've turned up. You can see this is a team that prepared for these finals, Jay. This is a team that are giving it their all, and we absolutely love to see it.
Safix with a save. Zedo, that shot registered. Texo puts it back inside the box as Kara finds a clear, follows suit. Challenge on one, sends it over to the corner. A teammate can receive it, and Classic will eventually find his way out of field. One player beaten on the offensive line. The defensive Safix again has got to come up clutch here in that back line. Challenge on Zedo that will be able to beat out one individual. Stocky backed up. Classic comes up. Kara needs to find his way out. Good save in. Stocky gonna pass up towards Karen next. Doesn't really get the best of shots on this one. Stocky still carries it forward off the crossbar, pinches it underneath, and VisionGaming have the lead.
He's only gonna run it the whole length of the pitch on his lonesome. No one from Coconutters, this commentary booth, or you lot at home, expected that. He has just taken the weight of the world on his shoulders and got away with it. 1-0 in favor to VisionGaming, and you can see Classic. Oh, he's angered by it.
Zedo and Texo off that sideboard. 3 minutes to score one back, and they're getting closer and closer to the line. You got Texo in once again at the midfield positions. Demo in against one, but Stocky bouncing that ball off the floor, throws Classic off. He'll get demoed out by Texo, so it's an opportunity presenting itself here for the moment, but it's quickly countered by VisionGaming. Look at how far back in that back line they are. As Classic comes up with a receiver, trying to pass off towards Zedo, who's a bit mispositioned, trying to adjust against it, but can only get so much of that ball. Texo in the midfield, sends it over to the corner. No boost left from him as he tries to recover his position. Classic follows around, gonna try and beat Kara, but Kara finds that clear away. And at the halftime marker, they'll defend their single goal lead here for VisionGaming, trying to extend it as they continue attacking and clearing over to the grey half, but Texo does not want to give him any more room to breathe.
Why would he? Texo right now knows that this is probably going to only be one more goal in this game. Is he going to come on out from the Coconuts? Will it be VisionGaming? Oh, it might just be Vision.
Safix sending that one off the ceiling crease. Classic couldn't read it. Bounced away from him, and Safix just blasts it in the back of the net. 2-0. VisionGaming, with 2 minutes to the clock, are about to secure themselves a spot at glory, and that might just seal the deal. This will be the most intense comeback if Coconuts make it work, but 3-0, less than 2 minutes, it's damn near impossible.
You're right, every bit of momentum, every bit of morale makes it so VisionGaming have just done this. I mean, look towards Edelweiss versus Lawsam, right? That is the evidence that you need. Coconutters are going to need every ounce of strength from Twitch chat right now to be able to turn it around, and then they're probably going to need something a little bit extra on top, because you just saw Zedo got shut out.
Ah, perfect opportunities. The back ball was missed, 2 players committing to that, but Texo couldn't find his way in, and Zedo forced to fall back as the clear comes through. Texo puts that right into the path of Safix. He's read that like a book. And Classic coming in off the backboard, just trying to pinch this ball away. And Zedo follows suit to keep it in that corner, to keep it away from Red presence. But every second they spend in this half is another second not being amounted to an attack. Here comes the shot from Zedo, a little bit high, and Safix turns it even further out. Stocky can receive this, and we're back to a passive position. Zedo needing to find something with such little points of boost. He'll get it to his teammate, but he'll go no further.
You look at VisionGaming, and they're quite happy to play this defensive game, play it a little bit safer. The Classic pulling out the demo shows intent, but Kara does not want anything to pass him.
Time continues to run out on Coconutters. 40 seconds. Zedo from that corner. Safix and Stocky have contention. Ball sent up high off the ceiling, sent over towards Texo next up. The 30-second gong sounding, signaling the beginning of the end of the Coconuts in this season. They came second place on the season table. They may have whiffed in the playoffs, but they had everything coming into the grand finals. But here is where they'll fall. What a victory for VisionGaming. They were tested, and they tested their opponents the same, but they are the ones that come up victorious as Coconuts fall in the first round of the finals. They are out in 4th place in the TCS eSports League.
It's a feel-good story right now. It don't feel good that I've got to say that Tooth has somehow big-brained this prediction, Jay, but my oh my, once again, another upset coming on through from Vision Gaming. Where does this ride end? They're going up against Lausanne right now.